We got a lot of brand new information for WWE 2K creation and a lot of details to go over, as a brand new article just dropped from Brian Mystique of Forbes, giving us the answer to a lot of questions that we have been having. The article will be linked in the description. I highly suggest you guys check it out. Let's go ahead and discuss everything that we learned from it. As always, before we get into it, make sure you have those notifications turned on to never miss the WWE 2K22 content. One of the initial questions that Brian Mystique asked was how many years are playable in MyGN mode and Universe mode, which we got reconfirmation indicating that in MyGN mode we got 3 different duration, as we could play the mode for 15, 25, or 50 weeks. As for Universe mode, it's just like previous years, there is no limit that you can continue as long as you please. Getting into a lot of new details for the creation suite, a major feature this year are the options to choose a persona, which the developer team expanded on, indicating that personas are themes, players that we can apply to our custom superstars. They're broken down into a series of categories such as wrestling, sweat gear, sport, cosplay, and others, with each category having multiple selections. So you could pick one of these basic ones and go on to edit it from there, or you could just jump into the game right away. Obviously, there's also the option to create everything from scratch. They added that while looking through the subcategories of attire parts, players can filter these parts based on their selected persona to see other parts that fit the style of that selected persona. Players can choose to switch persona filters at any time, so the liberty is there to ultimately just make it whatever it is that you want afterwards. This is just a nice way, especially for newer players, to get you started with something without getting overwhelmed and having to create everything right away. Adding to this, they expanded how many different body types will be available. There are a total of 75 body templates in the creation suite, 39 male and 36 female. All of these range from smallest to highest and from all type of different shapes. Each body can have its own height and weight adjusted, allowing them to fall under multiple WWE weight classifications. The randomizer feature is going to be returning this year. I personally know that this is one of Brian Mystique's favorite features. I saw him spend hours on that on early preview of previous games. He was sitting right next to me just cracking up. So I know this is a feature that a lot of people enjoy, so it's good to see it returning. It does look like it's gonna have some updates this time around. Things are gonna be making a little bit more sense, as each of the body types that we just mentioned has a curated minimum and maximum height. So depending on which one you pick, the randomizer itself will adjust to make things make sense. They indicated that you shouldn't see the types of extremes of things not making sense as much as you've seen in the past. It was specified that the thinnest male body type has a maximum weight of 258 pounds, and even if you make them as tall as the game allows, they will never be a quote-unquote super heavyweight. On the opposite end of the scale, our heaviest looking body type has a minimum weight of 322 pounds. Again, that is just the minimum, and a super heavyweight will still be a super heavyweight even if you make him as short as possible. There's some new search options for the creation suite, with the developer team expanding and indicating the following. We have added a number of new options for searching for attire in the Superstars creation suite, including the ability to tag favorites and filters parts by persona. You can also set custom color themes for your attire via the parts color feature, allowing you to easily give your custom superstars attire a consistent color theme. They have updated the UI flow in a number of creation suite modes, including arena, entrance, and video, to make it easier to use those features and find easier what it is that you are looking for. This time around, you're also able to just upload your custom superstar right away after creating him, rather than having to go into the online suite to do so. Sorting through the community creations has become easier with a new landing page to more easily narrow down specific content types you're looking for, as they have added in upvoting and the ability to sort by the amount of upvotes content has received to make it easier to find the top voted content. The next couple of questions reveal new details and improvements in regards to gameplay. They reveal that yes, blood is still an option in matches, but as in previous years, not in women's matches. But do keep in mind that blood is still turned off by default, so as soon as you boot up the game, make sure you go to options and make sure to go to gameplay and make sure to turn on blood if that is something that you are looking for. In regards to the gameplay physics with chairs and tables, I'm very excited for this as they expanded on what we have known so far. So weapons will now show obvious damage states the more that you use them. Tables was one that got a significant amount of improvement as they explained the following. First and foremost, we have a more reliable way of predicting when and how someone collides with the table to help us better determine when a table will break versus collapsing. As for breaking tables, those are now completely dynamic instead of being animation driven, meaning that players will never see a table break the same way twice. So depending which way you break that table, which direction you break that table, and so on, that table will break differently according to how it's supposed to be. In regards to whether or not there are any new props or new interactions with props, they indicated the following. There aren't many new direct prop interactions to speak of in the game, but there has been a bigger focus on verticality in the new backstage area. We created a new mantling system that allows players to seamlessly climb and dismount from surface of various heights. As in the past, we still support being able to throw players off ledges and follow these up with a big dive. I was expecting for brand new props interaction, considering that we have seen brand new weapons, but we did discuss how many of these are likely reskin of weapons that have already been in the game for a couple of years. The brand new backstage arena is something that they continue to tease, and we haven't gotten a change to that since 2K17. So a lot of the OMG moments in the backstage and interaction that we do get are going to be brand new. And I saved this question for last because it's a question that we've been wanting an answer for quite a while now. Unfortunately, that answer that we got was a bit disappointing. If you are someone who's been wanting to have a little extra creator wrestlers in your game, they revealed that WWE 2K22 will feature 100 superstar creator slots available. I am actually confused up to why this wasn't expanded on, as this has been one of the things that the community been asking for. We've been wanting more slots available because when you start downloading those updated models, updated attires, alternates, and so on, you really do fill this up quickly. And especially now that community creation is going to be cross-platform, that increase would have helped out a lot. Initially, I thought it was because the last gen couldn't handle it, but I don't know if that makes sense because in 2K14 we had 100. It went from 50 to 100, and that was on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. So it's odd we haven't gotten an increase to this all of these years. Let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Once again, the article will be linked in the description, so make sure to check it out. Drop a thumbs up on this video, stay savage, and I'll catch you on the next one.